Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Hello everybody and welcome to the much anticipated Contest of Speed Season 15 EU2. We're here at round 1 in Bahrain. Unfortunately, we've missed the entirety of qualifying due to technical issues. Hoodie has managed to put it on provisional pole for the time being. It looks like he's absolutely sealed the deal there. I'm joined today by Matty Robbo. Matty, got quite a good lineup of drivers here.
We have. Good evening. As we were discussing whilst we sorted out our technological issues, hey, it's Contest of Speed. First round of the season. It's always going to be like this. We always knew this was going to happen. But yeah, Hoodie, Stelcho leading the way. I'm not particularly surprised. Sid got himself up into third place. Red Bull and Mercedes. Where have we seen that before?
Maybe a couple of years back, a few years back to 2021 when they got very close indeed, and hopefully this continues throughout the 12 rounds of the season that we've got ahead.
It should be exciting times. Yeah, 20 drivers as well this evening. Got a few, 2 or 3 reserves from EU3. They had a practice last night. They kicked us off. Season 15, you managed to watch those guys last night. I heard it was quite an interesting race. Unfortunately, I wasn't around to watch it, but hopefully EU2 can live up to it and set the benchmark. Pretty close in qualifying.
Yeah, very close in qualifying. Just a 10th to pole position, and then 10ths between there from 3rd to 4th. You've got Hoodie on pole then with Stelzio, if I'm saying that right. Then Sid, Charlie, Sandy Dam. I'm going to have to really study these names.
Hey, don't worry, there's a few guys here that I don't know either. A lot of guys have returned. Some old drivers that missed a couple of seasons that have returned as well, which is great. But yeah, there's at least 4 or 5 new guys from EU2 that I also don't know. So Archer being his first comms together, he's going to be surprised to see all these guys. I'm also going to be keen to see what some of these new guys can do as well. Yeah. We've got another Swede in the tier, which was made a big thing. So Stelcho didn't feel left out anymore.
Didn't feel on his own anymore, did he? He's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody saying hello to you in the stream chat, Sid. Hello, last season
Hi,
teammate.
Sid, you're second, so you're not much of a sandbagger from last season when you went from EU1 to EU3. But yep. They have selected their strategy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5 lights. And away we go for the opening round of the season. And it's a decent start from both the Mercedes and the Red Bulls. And we're heading down into turn 1. Hoodie leads the way. Can we avoid contact? There's a
whole kerfuffle of cars there going through turn 1, and you've got the kick Salbro Sandy Dam as well, just making up a place there. But you've got someone falling way down the order. That's Anmol Tiny URL way down the order in the Aston Martin, back in 20th, and he's fallen down quite astronomically, hasn't he? Got the tyres layout. Hoodie started on the softs, mediums for Stelzio. Sid as well charging behind as Charlie goes wheel to wheel with Sid. The two collide, Mercedes and Red Bull both together, and got very close for comfort.
It did get very close to another bottleneck here, turn 9 and 10. I think one of the hardest corners on the calendar. Trying not to run into the back of somebody early doors, but yeah, field spread in qualifying was only 1.5 seconds, which is pretty tight considering. A few guys to keep an eye out for. Obviously, the two out front, Hoodie and Steljo. We saw how quick they were at the end of last season in the EU2. Cole's down in P9. He's on a dodgy controller, but we know the capability that he has proven in past seasons of contest speed. Malvin as well, another one to look out for. Lanky's dropped down from EU1, and a few of the new EU3 guys from last year have come up. So we should see a spread of drivers contending, but I think it'll be between the guys that
Malvin
you
at
currently
the
see out
moment
front.
is going wheel to wheel with the Ferrari.
Oh, Steljo,
Almost
Charlie.
past the lanky one as well. And Malvin manages to get past Robstar and Biker Craig, losing 2 places there, down in 16th. All the way up at the front, we've got Charlie in 2nd place and Hoodie leading away 1.6 seconds and the fastest in Sector 1 so far. That's just been usurped by somebody.
It has. Charlie got that move done into turn 1 important. He's on the soft tyre. Everyone from 3rd down to 10th is on the medium tyre. I heard talks of people potentially looking at a 2-stop, which is, I would say, fairly unusual. Most tracks that we go to is just the 1-stop because of just how much time it gets taken away. People were toying with the idea of a 2-stop, but at the moment it is, well, it's calmed down a bit, but everybody's kind of still in that DRS train. I think Lanky's the one that's just going to be the first one to fall out of it.
Yeah, which famously has been quite difficult to break on this game in particular. The DRS trains, you can see them all bunched up. Quite a very close grid that we've got here. Just a few seconds separating all of them. As Charlie has managed to get within DRS of his teammate and he's closing in. He was 1.2 seconds just a few corners ago, and now he's just 7/10 behind. Stelzio and Sid closing up as well on those medium tyres, importantly, the slower of the two. Quite impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is all... I don't know what's happening because Rob was ghosting inside Havoc, and we've got Luke off at turn 2 and 3,
Yeah.
which difficult corners to get the traction down. So I was trying like pipe tech to try and get him in, but it's not working.
So Luke all the way down in 20th and 3.7 seconds off the next driver. Malvin up into 10th, 9 places up from where he started. Let's join Malvin as he is closing in on Manu Tamai. Manu.
Manu. We'll have to think of some names for these guys to try and shorten it down.
Yeah.
D Summers, there you go. So we've got a bit of a split. So we've got top 7, D Summers a couple of seconds back, and then kind of a trade all the way down to where Biker Craig is, who's one of the
maybe
new
a change
drivers
for the lead here as Charlie sets the fastest lap of the race. Pipe Tech, yes, he has rejoined the session, so he'll be able to take control of his car again. Well done. Excellent exit from Hoodie though, out of turn 3. Manages to hold on. These two maybe holding station. I'm sure Charlie will attempt the overtake very soon. Havoc and Robstar also coming together. These 4 bunched up. 2 Ferraris down in 14th and 15th.
Yeah, field is spread. I was just trying to have a look to see when people were pitting last night, just doing a little bit of quick research prior to the race. Probably see the guys on the soft tyres come in 2 or 3 laps time, I reckon. Won't get much more performance out of them. The medium guys will probably go to around lap 10, 11, 12 possibly, when you're going to see the earliest. Biker Craig's lost 2 positions. He's going to get 1 back though on Robstar, and he's got Lanky ahead of him as well.
So struggling for pace, but managing to hold on. He's now in a Ferrari sandwich. Has a little look. Actually lost it there, didn't he? Didn't have a little look. Just instead Barely holding on
He
to the
hasn't-
car and clips the back end of the Ferrari as well. Luckily, avoids any danger, any damage.
Well, I think Lanky's going to lose 2 positions here potentially as we go down into turn 1. Meanwhile, further up the grid,
Melvin
Mount, yeah,
getting very close to D. Summers.
he was. And we're going to get another dose up towards turn 4. He's going to go to the inside line. And that's another yellow flag for a slow-moving Rob start. Interesting to see. Some guys are really burnt through the battery already, Archer. And we've only had 4 laps, effectively. It's
Yeah, it's a common fault of many drivers to try to burn the battery at the start of the race, make up places, but it's not really worked out for them, has it? It's still just a few tenths between all of them. The Manu, the stop gap between P7 and the rest of the field at the moment.
Are you okay to get rid of the tyre graphic? They're struggling to see some bit, just to make it a bit thinner. Yeah, there we go. Keep the intervals because we need that, because that's important information. Yeah, everybody on the softs or the mediums, Andre and Luke on the hards. Some of that will keep you posted. Dave's in the wall. And that is significant. Oh, and he's tried to get going and just spun again.
And drives into the traffic. Luckily, we've got ghosting on.
Yep, Sandydam. Oh, contacts between Tay and Sid. Sandydam's going to go down the inside. This could get pretty close. 3 wide on the exit turn 3. TLA was looking to take advantage of it all. Sid stays ahead. They're just going to keep enough room. Yep, and it's still Sandovan, Tay and TLA. How people haven't lost several positions there is beyond me. But I think this is what you'll see, and we saw it last year in EU2 especially, because the tier is so close together. You will see the wheel-to-wheel racing. You also see it be a little bit forceful at times. As people get grown.
As the Aston Martin had a little look there on the RB. And now he's losing places. Well, losing time, should I say. He was 2 tenths back now, 4 tenths to take.
Yeah, Hacko, I was thinking that as well, considering how quick we've seen him at the end of last season at EU2. I was surprised to see Hoodie back in EU2 because of his pace. In fact, Hoodie is
under pressure from Charlie at the moment. Charlie,
I thought he was going to dive into the pits.
He did. I think the swap in places that didn't look very much like a normal overtake. It looked quite orchestrated between the two of them. Swap places. So Hoodie now in second, and Charlie takes the lead of this race as further down the field, Biker Craig and Havoc side by side into turn 1, and Biker Craig gets past. Wide goes the Williams, and then the Ferrari of Lanky as well. Tried to get in there, but I think he had picked up a little bit of contact.
Be careful though, because be able to get the drive up to turn 4. DRS, he's looking to the inside.
Oh, it was a very half-hearted move, yeah.
Oh, and the kick salver gets a bit tail happy. And that is Rob off at turn 2. Yeah. It just, that corner on the inside of turn 2 does tend to spit you out if you try and take too much of the curve.
Yeah, you put the power down too early. And that's it. Bad time.
Havoc Connor taking a very tight, interesting line into turn 10. Lanky does the up and under and is back into P12. We're just starting to see parts of the field spread out a bit.
Stelzio at the moment 5.2 seconds off Hoodie, as Hoodie still very close behind his teammate, who moves off to one side. Yet again swapping places, so DRS tricks between the two Mercedes.
I'll be honest, they could do this a lot more efficiently by just drafting in behind somebody and then go down the inside of the next car and the next car. But, you know, that's just me. I'm not going to complain too much.
Four
as the
cars.
Red Bulls. Oh, that was definitely a front wing.
It was a very big crunch there. You saw bits of carbon fibre flying off. I think that was the kick Sauber that actually took the brunt of the damage. But looks to be fine on the front wing.
I didn't expect the guys on the mediums to be struggling at this stage of the race compared to the guys on the softs. That it is shows you how impressive the front two are doing. Still, that down the inside of turn 8. That's a unusual.
Very unusual place to overtake. Usually you find it downhill here. Drivers like to test the limits, the downhill braking zone of turn 10 and the mini DRS.
So Con in P10 was definitely testing the limits of that Alpine, especially the rear end. Just saw a bit of flash of blue drift sideways out of the corner after we were on board with those guys. Yeah, gap to lead, 6.2 seconds. Take out nearly a second a lap at the moment.
And this is the
stage of the race.
This is the trick, isn't it? What happens when you do lose that DRS? You can end up in a race of your own as the drivers ahead with DRS tow each other away, and you being Stelzio at this point, kind of a sitting duck really, as Sid manages to get past his teammate. And now the kick Sauber as well of Sandy Dam. And what's happened there?
D Summers just picked up 10 seconds of speed in the pit lane.
10 seconds for D Summers comes into the pits for a change of tyres onto the hards. As Biker Craig does the same as well. D Summers almost orchestrated a perfect strategy, and it was all for naught. First round of 12 of a 12-round season, not many rounds in it, and every point counts, especially at this level.
I've gone short and sharp seasons. This, I think, for this game cycle, I think it's going to potentially be 3 lots of 12 races, just to keep these guys ticking over. They will have a break week at some point because of Thanksgiving, and we respect our American colleagues, and that'll be after round 3. And then they'll have a bit of a break as we hit the festive period. So we will be getting 6 rounds in before Christmas. And we'll have the other 6 just after Christmas. Charlie has picked up 10 seconds for speed in the pit lane, and that will prove pivotal to the outcome of this race.
Yeah, did manage to pull 7.5, 7.7 on Sid behind, but it's still not enough. 10 seconds is massive as Sandy Dam and others come into the pits to box for hard tyres.
Archer, he's doing it! He's doing it! I told you someone was going to do it. Charlie's going to go for a 2-stop. He's gone soft.
But Charlie risking it all.
Somebody was going to do it.
On those 10 seconds now, he's got a lot to do, hasn't he?
Yeah, I would have just possibly got a quick change and see if you could try and change your tyres to mediums or hards whilst you were speeding down the pit lane. But it is the Mercedes, so it's quite close, that garage, I can imagine, to the pit entry.
Yeah, I think the second one down for this season.
So he's got a lot of work to do. So he's currently 22 seconds behind his teammate. He's 14 seconds off these guys, so he's probably going to have to close in the 14 seconds. They'll do their stop, and then he'll stop again. So
what Charlie can hope for, though, is getting into the pit, serving those 10 seconds, and there may be a safety car as well if he doesn't make progress here naturally.
Yeah, he's going to have to drive really aggressive and make the time up. So he's going to go past Andre here into the last corner.
Yeah.
Which normally you wouldn't do, but he's got Lanky in front, so he'll pick up DRS anyway. He's going to get Lanky into turn 1. Now he's got a bit of free air because everybody else has started making their stops. Sid's come in, TLA's come in, Connell's come in. The other Aston Martin's also come in, so double stack Aston Martin, which I would guess it would have cost some time because they were fairly close together.
Chunk of time for Anmol there.
and Sanderdam has come out and nearly undercut the Aston Martin and Sid in front.
And he'll be on those tyres that he's got warmed up, and he is all over the back of the Aston Martin of TLA at the moment.
Oh, that's Luke.
TLA struggling in yellow flag sector 2. It is Luke. Yet again, he's on the outside of the gravel, way far out. I think he's managed to save the front wing though.
Sid's just picked up a track limit penalty. 1 of 2 so far as well, as Amol has also done it in the Aston Martin. He went on the mediums, so we've got a lot of strategies here. We've got Charlie doing a 2-stop. You've got people starting on the softs going on to the mediums or the hards, and Amol's gone from softs to mediums, and people from medium to hard. Medium hard is the normal strategy, as the 2 leaders pit, the 3 leaders pit in fact.
Yeah. The Hoodie then coming out of the pits on the hard tyre. Stelzio as well. Stelzio switches to, what is that? Is that the hard?
It is the hard tyre I have on my graphic. And Malvin has
come out in 4th place.
Yeah, well, he's only 5.4 seconds off Hoodie. And you look at the gap the Mercedes had.
And he's also the fastest man on the track at the moment with the fastest lap, 30.6 for Malvin. Close, gets TLA'd with Sid on the inside of turn 4. He looks like all over the back of the Red Bull, but the Red Bull just faster through the great exit from Sid. Now he's back behind his teammate as, again, TLA'd. Keeps on having those little looks, doesn't he? I don't know if you're also watching. He keeps having those looks, those half-hearted moves. You think he'd do better to just stick to the racing line and do it in a normal place.
Oh, there it was.
Off goes Sandy Dam.
I was waiting for someone to do it. Yeah, got contact from the Williams behind. I'm surprised we hadn't had that kind of incident already, where someone's just broke a little bit deeper than the car ahead, who's broke a bit earlier, especially into that corner, and collected a driver, and now we have had it. I was just looking at the race director in terms of strategies. Tay, interestingly, has gone medium soft. There's some very rogue things people are doing out there, trying to be different. It's just like, just maybe the norm is just,
Charlie and Hoodie pulled 7.5 seconds on the field. If you're not doing something different, you're not doing something right in this race if you want to win it.
Yes, Charlie's got a gap up to 4.5 seconds over his own teammate, so he needs to let that grow.
He's flying.
Yeah, so ideally, we're kind of looking around the Sid area. That's where we're looking. Sid's 14.3 seconds behind. He's about to get overtaken for Stelzio down the inside into turn 4, but he could lose out of 2 positions because TLA has taken advantage. We've been saying how he's been sniffing around cars and trying to put his nose into places, and he's fine. And Sid comes back
sniffing around is exactly right. And Sid, yes, on the inside. Door wide open, left there, and he's going to get an advantage here because TLA on the inside took that corner way too tight on an acute angle, and now Sid manages to get past TLA on the inside of turn 11. They're still side by side through here.
Yeah, car boys keep it together. Good so far. Through turn 12. Oh, blank curve. Did he take a victim?
Almost losing the back end there. Did well to keep it on the black stuff.
What it has done is gap to leads 15.3 seconds. This is helping Charlie's very booky strategy that he's trying to do. Oh, and breathe, people.
And breathe, yeah, exactly. Delaware on the inside of Sid.
Oh, that was a bit of contact, but it didn't look too bad.
Aggressive, but at the same time, I feel like it was happening, weren't it? One way or another.
EA Physics made that look probably a lot worse than what it was. We've got a 3-car battle for P13, 14 and 15. Andre, Amo and Lanky, giving us some entertainment further down the field. Even these guys, even though they're 30 seconds off the leaders, they are providing entertainment for us all up and down the grid. Sid again lost another place.
2 places. So Sid clearly struggling at the moment. Wonder if he's picked up any damage.
Oh, could be a safety car, maybe? Question mark.
Slow moving car at the back of the track. Dave has just retired on the track. I feel like that was through choice rather than
well,
crash.
The car's not moved.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm sure the powers that people will look into that. He's lucky he's not brought out a safety car or a VSC with that, if it is a retirement on the track. But hopefully it wasn't the case, so we're not jumping to conclusions early, as Connor has picked up a penalty. That's a definite pen.
Stelzio at the moment hasn't been able to get rid of Tealade, who's looking on the inside of turn 1, has another sniff, but still remaining behind us on the inside. Manu on D Summers. D Summers holding on well though. DRS open for the both of them side by side, and it looks like Manu making his way past, but switchback from Summers and a great exit out of turn 4.
Man, up to 8. I thought that was done, and then D Summers went to the outside and faked back to the inside. He'll go for the inside now though. Gap is open, and Sid is just prowling.
Sid's prowling. Summers holding on, and on the inside of 10 he goes, and he's managed to make it stick, but Manu went off the track there as he had nowhere to go. And that's allowed Sid past, so Manu is not going to be happy with that, is he?
No, we've seen D Summers actually make contact with somebody else earlier by running to the back of him, so I was a bit surprised he was going to try and make that move again. Made it move, and then, well, I'm not going to lie, gave him the old Verstappen treatment.
Yeah.
A little bit there. Sid, beneficiary of it, who is gaining another place. He's still only 3 seconds or so off his teammate, which is where he was, but there we go. Malvin is in as well. So Malvin
off those
2 stopping.
Warm tyres, yeah, 2 stop. And on to the mediums again. Joining him in the pits is Tay.
Tay has gone for what we like to call the codename Rainbow, but in a really weird order. He has used the medium, he went onto the soft, and now he's on the hard tyre. Strange. If I'm being honest, strange strategy.
I've normally only ever seen the 1 stop around here, so everyone doing 2 stops possibly is quite peculiar.
Sorry, Archer. Possibly 3 wide between Sid, Summers, and Manu.
It's left to right, goes Sid, then tries to go deep, and manages to keep it together, and Summers manages to keep it out of the back of him as these two, the Red Bull and the McLaren, go side by side, and Summers goes late on the brakes, tries to hold on, hits.
Oh, there it was. I was waiting for the 3 of them to pinch up.
And yes, the 3 of them come together, and Sid says thank you very much and hightails it out of there before he picks up another collision.
Yeah, I saw that bit of that incident happen from a mile away. 3 of them then pinching together. Sid, again, beneficiary of that. 6 seconds behind, well, 5 seconds behind his teammate now. Hopefully no damage between these guys. It's allowed Biker Craig, however, to join the back of this.
He's joined this battle, hasn't he? And he's rubbing his hands together at the prospect of picking up 3 places. If these 3 keep behaving as they are, you can imagine as a dart to the inside goes Manu, very wide from Sid. And I don't know if that was part overtaken, part keeping his distance.
Yeah. I'm not getting involved in you guys again. Oh, he's not had a great exit though through 3. And Sid's got a DRS. He's not had a great exit either. Connell down the inside of Stelcho. However, we're going to have to avert our gaze because the battle for P3 has hied up. TLA is ahead. Connell's just got past Stelcho. Connell's run wide and then he collected Stelcho.
Nearly lost the car, manages to pick it up. And Stelcho now still in 4th, but just a 10th between him, and there's a yellow flag. Rob Starr coming into the pits, in the pits and retiring yet.
and Manu down the ins. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Did he just ghost? I swear he's just gone through Sid, and Sid didn't die. I just, just did get. Summers is ahead.
Yeah, Summers has managed to get himself back ahead, up into 7th, and this is such a battle between all three of them.
What
and Malvin now.
Going on? Someone make sense, please.
On the inside as well. Man, you having a look at Sid again. Summers, 5.6 seconds off the next driver, and this is not going well for them, is it? The battle between the three of them, maybe for 6th place. This is allowing the rest of them to pull ahead, and Charlie's coming to the pits. Onto those medium tyres he goes.
That was painful watching Charlie have to service 10 seconds. However, I don't think he's going to feel like he's lost out, because these guys are still scrapping ahead. Down the inside, it looks like to be a Sid. Down the inside of 2 of them. Summers holds the position. Sid's going to try and go at it. Yeah, he's got DRS, so Summers is going to lose out. Manu is going to just watch this time around.
The 2 of them go side by side through 5 now and 6. And yet, Sid does drop back, slots back in behind the Williams. The Williams goes wide. No, Summers goes off the track. And has lost 2 places in just a series of corners. And he's now down in 7th place. He did forget.
Craig dropped off the back of these as well. And his teammate Sandidam is closing it. Wait, what is going on? It's just driven through him. I think somebody's lagging quite badly. We'll move on from that. Manu down the inside of Sid, and we'll start all over again. Why not? Charlie is only 8 seconds behind these.
And Tierlade as well. Yeah, 8 seconds behind, and Tierlade closing in on 2nd place.
The field spread after. The field spread after everybody's made their stops between 1st and 15th. It's only 24 seconds. That's actually not that bad. I thought it looked quite a lot from earlier on. Charlie gets the move done into the last corner. TLA and Connor fighting over P2 as Hoodie is just racing off into the sunset. You guys can keep just squabbling. And these guys switched again.
EU2 can fight over P2 as
Sid and Manu.
Both of them nearly coming together again. And Manu now up into 5th. Squabbling for positions. It's 10 points, but the 10 points really matter. 12 rounds, don't forget. Got a sector 3 yellow.
Yeah, it's Luke just dropped a half spin out of the last corner. He's all right though, facing the right direction. Yeah, you got 2, 2nd, 3rd and 4th going at it. And then you've got P5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just bring everybody. Everybody come in. Anyone else want to get involved? Look at them. You can see them all down one straight. You can see Charlie in the background whilst we were on board. Well, whilst I was watching Manu there.
Charlie and Anmo and Lanky. Charlie up into 12th now.
Charlie's on the move. We knew this was going to be the case. He's making it hard for himself, trying to fight through the traffic, but he's doing really well. Tate trying to hold it out with Lanky over P14.
Is he going to be able to hold on? Doesn't look like it. On the inside though, manages to get past the Ferrari, the 2. Battling it out as off to the right goes the RB. Trying to break the toe as Anmol comes into the pits for a set of new tyres.
Yeah, hopefully it's not front wing, but I'd love to see him just sit out there for longer. Oh, he's gone onto the hard tyre. It makes no sense.
We're on lap 20 of 29 and we're going on to hard tyres.
To hard tyres. Why are you doing this to yourself? Malvin, watch out for him. He's also on the move. He's like Charlie trying to make his way back through.
He's just put in the fastest first sector of anybody so far as well.
Well, P4 could be out of the question, but definitely P5. He's made another move. Going to go to the outside. Oh, that Williams is going to have to stop.
All 4 of them nearly come together. The Williams again. D Summers into the back of another driver into 10. I think he'd learned his lesson by now, but clearly not. Late on the brakes.
For this race to be over.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to do turn 10 again. for this season.
Massive lockups. I'm surprised that he's managed to keep his front wing as intact as it is. Malvern now just a 10th between him and Sid. There's a little look on the outside as Sid goes to defend. Now he's going to be under attack from DRS. Tierlade and Elo Icon. They're coming quite close together as well.
Yeah, what's Hoodie doing? Because he's just dropped like a second so unnecessarily there. Or more than a second so unnecessarily there.
It's plus 5/10 up. Or down on his time. Previous lap.
That was strange. Yeah, these guys on the hard tyres are going to be crying at the end of this race. So Malvin needs to try and take advantage. He's got the McLaren in front. Nice helicopter view that we've got here. He's going to go to the outside. Probably going to get squeezed. No, dash of overtake.
Just the exit of the Alpine as the McLaren goes into the back of the Alpine, and I think they've got away with it.
Hey, look at them all. We could see it on our stream. Look at all the people. Look at all the cars. Great. See, everybody's so close together. Yeah, this isn't going to end with 17 people facing in the right direction. I'm just going to throw that out there already. Someone is going to have a serious collision at some point, and Biker Craig is just lagging all over the
shop.
place.
Yeah. And at the moment,
Charlie,
5 of them all together as Summers has to brake hard to back out and clips.
He did caught Charlie out as well, who carried so much more speed than everybody else. Oh, three wide. This is going to end in tears.
And one of them manages to back out of it, think, to fight
Charlie
another day.
Has so much speed into turn 1. He's going to have to do
Charlie
that.
Now
get
hunting
that
down Summers. Got the kick Sauber of Sandy Dan behind as well with DRS.
Yeah, this is where Charlie's going to find it really difficult, and the same for Malvin. Say that though, Malvin's got him through turn 5. What a weird place to make an overtake, but fantastic opportunistic driving from the Alpine driver. Oh, D Summers again, very close to making contact.
I think his main issue is just the lack of control on the brakes, especially in this downhill turn 10.
Yeah, you just got him. Got him again. Manu's going to go, and Charlie's going to go to the inside. He's past 1.
Is he going to get past 2? He has a little look.
He thought about it.
Look at them all so close together. This is almost as if it's lap 1 of 29. You wouldn't think it was 22 of 29. 7 laps to go.
Oh, Charlie down the inside to the second to last corner. Oh, he's going for it. Yeah. God, Charlie.
He's having a look on the Alpine as well. And Malvin.
Oh, these two just
storming through the field. They need to stay out of each other's way, don't they? Because they've both got so much more pace.
7 cars within a second. This is fantastic. Malvin past Sid then. Sid could possibly lose another place to Manu. Is everybody going to be facing the right direction?
Doing ever so well.
Yeah.
Here
we are. Yeah, here we go. I love it.
Impressive stuff from all of them.
Oh, and Sanderdam, it's gone straight on. And I don't know if that's because there was a contact. D Summers is going slowly, so that would suggest to me that he was involved in that. Sid and Charlie's going to fight. Sid's going to make this as difficult as possible.
Not difficult enough as Charlie gets up into 6th now and he's chasing after Malvin. And both of them, as I said before, have so much more pace than the field that they've just ploughed through.
MRB 0211, thank you for the sub.
Appreciate it, thank you very much.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the action. 20 of you guys watching this evening. Apologies for the delay that we had, but EU2 are definitely living up to giving you guys the entertainment that you deserve on your Wednesday evening. 6 laps to go. And it's not going to stop at that point.
Still behind Tierlade here. 4 tenths behind. You've got to think in these closing laps, is he going to remain behind as Sandidam retires from the session in the pit lane?
The pit lane, no.
So he's decided that his race is no longer worth racing. Comes into the pits and retires from the session.
Is Hoodie deliberately slowing down to make this look a bit big?
Surely not.
Harder? Well,
he's on worn hard tyres, albeit they're about just under 50%, I'd say, at this point.
He's lost quite a bit of time. Oh, it's Luke again. It's okay, Luke. Next week. Don't worry about it. I definitely know the capability that you have got to race in this tier. It is a step up, but you'll make that step up. Malvin leads the train then. I think a bit too much work to be done to get to P4, but I'm sure he'll give it an absolute good go to try and get it done.
These two, Malvin and Charlie, still quite close together. Stelzio on the back of LOI Con, looking at a podium maybe early on in this race. Up in P3 now, looking at it again as LOI goes up past Tierlade and manages to take second place away from him, and that puts the Aston Martin under pressure from the Red Bull behind, and somebody's moving down the order. Charlie and Malvin.
Sid's in the pits as well, that's why.
Sid's come into the pits. Charlie has overtaken Malvin. Why is Sid pitted? Didn't need to pit, did he? I'm no idea. There's been so much going on. Like there's no way that we could have kept track of that.
I'm very stunned, surprised as well. To be fair, I'm amazed he's come in. But hey ho, I'm sure we'll have that discussion. Oh, there'll be plenty of chat, I think, after this race. Been full of incidents, overtaking, battling, side-by-side action. Manu and Tay are going over. Tay's brought himself back into this race quite nicely, actually, considering he's also been on a 2-stop. Down the inside, we did question when he went medium to the softs to the hards. It was a weird way of doing it, but
it's a very weird way of doing it, and he's very good at both of them there to keep it so clean through turn 10. Where others haven't. But wide goes the McLaren of Manu. Takes 7th place away from him. 8.8 seconds Charlie has to Stelzio, and at this point, got to think that he's resigning to 5th place and defending from Malvin behind. This is the battle for second at the moment between Tierlade and LOI Con.
Is Malvin ahead of... I'd say he's ahead of Charlie. Oh, contact between the two of them.
And the Mercedes jerking to the left there as Malvin bumps wheels with him.
I don't think Malvin realised he was had as much as the car he did down the inside. Oh, Tay's clipped the inside of Manu as well.
Very difficult to keep the traction there, especially when you're offline. Keep the car under control. You saw the back end complaining. And then the little bit of contact that happened was the straw that broke the camel's back. Tierlade all over the back of LOI Con still. And Tay, as you say, made the move. Made the move.
A nice move. 10. He did. Nice and controlled on that one. I have a feeling we could be seeing a game of DRS chicken for the podium places here. Who wants to be leading on the final lap as they cross the line? It'll be 3 to go.
Tierlade opting for the outside, the Red Bull opting for the inside, and that was almost Michael Schumacher, Rubens Barrichello, when Schumacher nearly drove him into the wall.
It looked a lot worse. Connell did make a slight move right to avoid then Tierlade, and then Stelzio then had to just take a bit more of evasive action to go around the outside of both of them into turn 1. So Stelcho, TLA, Coddle, it's flipped. But yeah, these three are going to be probably the three making up the last 2 podium slots. Charlie and Malvin have pulled away from that gaggle of cars that were fighting tooth and nail for those positions, but it's probably too much work for those guys now. 5.5 seconds. Sorry, not 5.5, 7.5 seconds off the back of the top 4.
They managed to pull back a second on the last lap, pull a second to Connell. But it seems, yeah, as you say, nowhere near going to be enough unless somebody picks up some penalties along the way between these three fighting for second at the moment.
It'll be fascinating to see, Archer, if Charlie didn't get that 10-second time penalty, where would he be?
They were very close, weren't they, both Hoodie and Charlie?
Well, if we take the 10 seconds away, he's only realistically 2.1 away from Hoodie. Whether that was still going to be the case, we don't know, but
Tierlaid takes second from Stelzio. Yeah, you're right, though. Wouldn't have been far away. Definitely would have been ahead of these three as they battled for 2 podium places. It would have been 1 in that case.
It would have been these 5 for P2 and P3, I reckon. Malvin as well has done a similar kind of thing. Sid has pinched fastest lap and at the moment will not get that point because he's not inside the top 10. Malvin stays ahead from
selfish.
Charlie. That's my kind of housery. I can't say the other bit because I'll get shouted at. But that's my kind of housery. I'm all for
very
it.
Close to the back of Tierlaid there. I think they made contact again into 10. As it starts to heat up. The final 2 laps.
Hoodie's now just he's just managing that gap now.
Yeah, absolutely. 4
He's
seconds
to
ahead.
stay out of trouble.
And stay in there. We've not seen much of him, which means that he's had a great race.
Measured and controlled. And you saw that, all that work they did in the opening stint, those 2 Mercedes, probably the reason why he's potentially going to go on to win the race. We're not going to say anything else because things can happen, but we are entering the last lap.
Final lap. Stelzio on the inside of Tierlaid. Elo Icon as well on the inside of Tierlaid is getting mugged on the first turn. He holds it through the inside of 2 though, battling it out, trying to hold on to that final podium place. He lost it due to the DRS to Stelzio, who's just bided his time and waited on the inside and has managed to lose the place. He was so close between the 2 of them, weren't they? And now he's lost time, 6/10 to the back of him. He needs to close back up. He's definitely got the pace to do so.
Stelcho defending fresh air though into turn 8.
It's getting very nervy now, isn't it, between these 3, all of them, heart in mouth, I'm sure. As they head through turn 10 one final time, which I'm sure Summers will be very appreciative of.
Yeah. Funny enough, though, still managed to take 2 temps out of Hoodie. Oh, he's gone for it. Connor's going to mug him off down the inside.
He's trying to hold on. He's gone deep into the corner, though, and that's allowed. Nearly allowed the Red Bull to come back at him as he clips the back end. He nearly lost the car. And we're looking on board with Hoodie now, who you can see these 3 in the background just behind as they've got 1 more corner to go. And you've got to think.
Stelcho's going to lose out here.
Stelcho may just lose out. But here comes Hoodie crossing the line for round 1. He wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. And Elo Icon on the line. The 2 of them almost Stelcho. Almost takes P2, and that is our podium. Hoodie, Elo Icon, Stelzio, Tierlaid misses out by just 5/10. Really lost out when he lost the back end through 4 on the final lap. Charlie did all that he could, but with that 10-second time penalty, it was never going to be enough. But 5.7 seconds off P4 is so impressive, isn't it? With Malvin as well coming through the field the way that he did.
Keep an eye out for those guys. They tried something tonight and it didn't quite work out, but we've seen plenty enough from the likes of Charlie and Malvin to, well, they could probably potentially push Hoodie. Connell finished in P2, you said, with Stelcher and Tia Lady. Impressive performance considering he was towards the lower end of the points last season. So I think we've got a nice little 5-6 car battle to look forward to when we head into round 2 next week.
Yeah, Malvern
But yeah,
gained
that was
13 places throughout the entire race to finish 6th. Oh,
was
incredible stuff from him.
How was your first race?
Yeah, it was all right. It was quite difficult at the start with the technical difficulties, and then trying to pronounce everybody's names, which I don't believe I'm probably still doing wrong, but I'll get there.
We'll get there. Yeah, they provide entertainment for us all. Congratulations, EU2. Well done.
Yeah, very well done indeed from all of them, because that was very entertaining, not just for us but for everyone else as well, I'm sure. Because we've got a few comments in the stream chat, some of them quite controversial.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, hey, that's why I just have it up. You know, I just like reading them, and then pick and choose the ones I should and should not be saying. But thank you for everybody that watched EU2 tonight and shared your opinions with us. We will keep tabs on it, and we will have a chat about it during the forthcoming streams that we do for the next 11 rounds. As Archie said, Hoodie the winner, Coddle P2, Stelcho P3, TLA 4th, Charlie 5th, Melvin 6th, Tay 7th, Manu 8th, Andre 9th. Lanky gets a point in P10. Sid fastest that just outside the points in P11. D Summers 12th, by Cray 13th, 14th for Amol, Connor 15th, Luke finished in the end despite having a couple of spins in P16. DNS for Sandinam, Robstar, Dave, and Pipe Tech. These guys will head to Japan next week. Now, I do this thing where I have to do the plugs to promote the channel, etc., etc., etc. So, hold up 1 second.
No problem.
If you enjoyed this contest at Speed Action, you don't have to wait long. You can join our friends from across the pond in a few hours' time in AM2. That is 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UK, and 3 a.m. Central European time. If you want to watch the European action, you're more than welcome to join us tomorrow for EU1, the creme de la creme. There's some freaks in that tier, and unfortunately, I'm in that tier this season for some reason. It's not going to end particularly very well.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
No. That's scary times. We race at the same time as all the European guys do, so that'll be 9 p.m. Tomorrow. We share our evenings with AM1. If Wednesday evenings at 9 p.m. is your day that you can watch some racing, you're more than welcome to join us next week. Hopefully, when myself and Archer finally smooth everything over and not have any technical difficulties.
Yeah, we'll be able to
you can join us again. Yes, you'll be able to watch qualifying and then actually go really, really fast. You can catch us again next week. We are heading to Japan, so Suzuka for round 2 of the championship. And yes, that will be 9 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. for our European colleagues, which we have many that race in this tier. That is 4 p.m. Eastern for those that want to join us at stateside for a little bit of early afternoon entertainment. You're more than welcome to. Stream will be up after we have finished, and then it will be posted onto the YouTube channel. If you want to use that platform, you're more than welcome to as well. I'm done. You're welcome.
Do we do? I'm going to say unprofessionalism here. Private interviews.
Are you going to say the words interviews?
Yes.
Yes, we are more than welcome to if they are here. I will tag the people, and if can they join our BC?
I assume they can. I've not locked it.
It is not locked. Yeah. I'm trying to work out who it is. Hoodie. Golo. Stelcho. No safety cars. That was very unusual. Oh, here they are. Here are all these brave people. They have made it. Hoodie can't join us. That's okay. We can speak to.
You can lead the way.
We're considering switching DRS, so I lifted a bit for him, but then some laps after that he crashed, so then I basically lost like a big amount of seconds. So then we're pitted, like strategy wise, everything worked. I didn't get into traffic. I was just ahead of my teammate and a like big chunk of cars when I came out, and then just had generally consistent pace, really close racing in the end there. Yeah, was 200s away from the podium, so yeah, good first round.
Good first round considering the signs that you've shown at the end of last season. I did tell Archer that obviously a couple of you guys that are on the podium would be the guys to look out for this tier. Also, I think if you get it right, you guys could be a quite strong driver lineup pairing to possibly go for the constructors as well in this tier.
Absolutely. We may be gonna have a 2021 season between Red Bull and Nork. So
yes, we did say that. It was like, oh, flashback. We've seen this before somewhere.
yeah.
But no, hopefully
a
you
little
guys
bit
can.
less chaos.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can keep giving us the entertainment like we had tonight. It was thoroughly enjoyable and, for the most part of it, fairly respectful between each other. So, still, show well done. Hopefully we'll see you next week and bring some more points home for the Red Bull. And then, Mr. P2, Mr. Connell.
Well, those things.
I'm very well, sir. I saw that you made your return. I was thinking, oh, fantastic! I shall be racing with you.
After 4 years.
It feels like that. Not bad for somebody that currently had a slightly busted controller.
Yeah. So what happened? I ended up switching my controller in the pits. I tried to use my broken one for the start of the race. Do me nothing. It's just constantly turning to the left. So in the pits, I just switched controller back to the new one. Took me about 5 or 6 laps, and then it was grand. It's just stiff as fuck. I can't do much. Sorry for cursing, but it's just so stiff. I can't do nothing. Like the R2 button is so heavy, so strange. Like I've had this controller since I bought the PlayStation nearly 2 years ago, so it's super loose and just nice. And it broke on me there yesterday. I was very upset. So yeah.
Well, despite that, you showed good pace. I like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. I'm not really, because I know your capability and what you're able to do. Hopefully, then if you start well, hopefully you'll be racing more regularly now. Now you've got you back.
Yeah.
Should see you fighting towards the front then. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Hopefully. Look, I said, you know what, it's my first time back in COS since F1 2020. I just said, like, go in now, be a good boy, not be too hard. But Look, I just said I'd go in, have the crack. I literally jumped in the door from work, did 2 laps in time trial, and joined the lobby. So, and I hadn't touched the game since the LOI season ended, 4 weeks ago, I think. So, yeah, so it literally was just kind of hitting hope, to be honest. But look, it was enjoyable, as I said in the chat. It was good racing with the two lads. Like I've never raced with any of these people in the tier. Like I was actually surprised. I know I see that you're in tier 1 now, but I was looking forward to racing yourself. Would have been like old times.
Yeah, so it was a surprise for me. Let's put it that way. But
It was usually me in front, but sure, look, we won't say it.
Yeah.
But no, look, it was nice to come back. Like nice being back on F1 again as well. So trying to race a bit more regularly now. For a long time I only did LOI, didn't do any other leagues, but I'm in 3 now. So yeah, looking to race a bit more regularly and pretty much enjoying it. I know this game is a bit hit and miss, but I quite like it anyway. But it's nice to be back.
No, yeah, pleasure to have you back, mate. It's good to see you. Hopefully we'll get to speak to you a bit more throughout the season.
Yeah,
Hopefully it can
that's
be
the plan.
a successful one. And
Yeah, you
myself
never
and
know.
Archer can hope you guys carry on putting on the show.
Yeah.
Archer, have you got anything else you want to add or talk to him or ask him?
No, I think we've kept them long enough, to be honest.
We have, yes. It's been a long one, but it's all right. It's fine. It's the first one. So, I'll let you wrap up then. Pose, if you want to.
For me, sorry.
I'll do it then. Don't. I'll wrap it up. That's fine. Thanks for Stelcher and Connell that have joined us for interviews. We will not keep you much longer. We'll let you go now. Thank you for everybody watching. As I said, I did the plug section, so you know what to do and where to go. But yeah, if you always want to join our Discord, you're more than welcome to. The link conveniently has just been put into the chat as well. I didn't touch that. Somebody else has done it. So if you want to join us, there's still a few spots left amongst the 3 tiers, the European tiers. I know there's some spaces possibly opening up in the American tiers as well. So the more, the merrier. Just want to say big shout out and thank you to Archer, who's just stepped in as our newbie.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
No, that's all right. Been a pleasure. That went slightly better than I thought, which is fantastic. You'll be hearing more from us over the next few weeks. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.